And for the autistic population, whether they have autism or Asperger's syndrome, again, they're living in a very distorted environment. Their difficulties are less related to reading and much more to the fact that their environment is like living in a funhouse. It's changing, it's morphing, it's attacking them. And they're using behaviors that look inappropriate to us that we're trying to eliminate. They're using those behaviors in a way to compensate, in a way to settle things down and relax for them, or to figure out they touch, they taste, they do inappropriate things because they can't tell what it is that they're seeing. It's changing, it's moving so badly, it looks so distorted, and yet we're trying to make them look like we want them to look. And their rocking behaviors, all the stemming things are a way to calm themselves down.
Now, have you seen, I know that you not only have the overlays, you have lenses.
Yeah, that's where I was going to go. So what we went to, because this is just not reading, and it's really needing to calm the brain down all the time, is we create personalized, individually created colored lenses that are worn as glasses or contact lenses. That filters out just those specific colors or wavelengths of light the brain has difficulty processing. And for each one we have to filter, we have to independently figure out how much we need to filter. It's very, very individualized because everybody's brain is different, just like we have different fingerprints. So everyone needs their own specific color that they wear. And what's neat about it is the fact that it doesn't change the color of their environment. Whites stay whites, colors look normal, and they feel calm, relaxed all the time, but nothing gets darker or dimmer. Sunglasses cut across all spectral band and they make things dark and dim. They're not correcting the brain's ability to process information.
So I know when I was in the training, and this was again many years ago,
Yeah.
You had a video of a little girl who was just really out of control. So out of control, you know, I mean, the teacher, I think at one point, you'll remember this story.
Oh, I do.
The child chased the teacher with a broom, and they eventually said, this child has to be taught at home, and they couldn't even have her in the classroom. And then it just so happened that the private person who was there to instruct her knew about Irlen syndrome.
Right.
And will you finish the story?
Yeah. Well, she was so bad that they actually hospitalized her.
Yeah.
And they even labeled her like it's schizophrenic. I mean, this is crazy. This is a lovely child. Totally different if you have her in a dark room, but in the classroom, things started to actually close in on her, move on her, and you watch the anxiety create and the behavior. And she started with outbursts because it was so horrible and bothersome to her. And so she came in with her mom, and we tested her, and we put on her Irlen spectral filters, and it was an immediate change. She immediately calmed down. Her reading went from like a 3rd grade level immediately up to where she was at a 6th grade level, and she could barely read. She'd get her head close to the page, and she'd stumble, and it was almost word by word, and it was painful for her. She actually, what's interesting, this is years later, she recently contacted me because now she's married and has a child, and her child needs to get tested. So we're not working with the 2nd generation. Yeah.